Number 10. Over the Edge 1998. For the 1998 Over the Edge pay-per-view, the WWE designed a set that would look like a junkyard, including two cars stood on their nose as if they had fallen over the edge. The scrap heap even featured the Briscoe Brothers body shop advertised on the side of one of the cars, with the real business phone number on the side. This set wasn't the most beautiful of WWE stages, but it was a creative change for the set pieces around that time period. The main event of Stone Cold Steve Austin defending the WWE Championship against Dude Love saw the pair brawl atop of the wreckage littered around the entranceway, with Dude Love even reversing a stunner attempt, sending Austin flying off the cars. A set like this today would never be recreated due to the WWE's HD screen sets, but it's a unique nostalgic piece for a pay-per-view that soon faded away. Number 9. In Your House. In Your House was a unique kind of pay-per-view. The idea with the first one was that a random person watching the event could and did win an actual house, which was a pretty big deal at the time. The set design for the event featured a main house as the Titantron and a front door or garage that the wrestlers would enter from. There were some slight variations done to the set over time, but one thing that fans remember most is when Shawn Michaels danced on top of the roof of the set. The WWE would eventually bring the In Your House event back as an NXT special, however the stage wasn't quite the same. The set has always seemed to be a fan favourite, and many still wish to see it return to the main roster one day. Number 8. Judgment Day. Over the years, the Judgment Day's set design would see many variations, from the Scales of Justice to gravestones, holy crosses, and asteroid impacts. The set designs would always fit perfectly into the theme of the pay-per-view and would showcase many memorable moments. Who could forget the holy crosses looming in the background of the JBL vs Eddie Guerrero bloodbath in 2004, or the gravestones from when The Undertaker defeated a returning Hulk Hogan for the Undisputed Championship in 2002. Other variations would see features such as asteroids, sand timers, or scaffolding, which Brock Lesnar would even drive a forklift truck through during his stretcher match against The Big Show in 2003. But no matter the year, you could always be sure to see some awesome set designs for when the Day of Judgment finally arrived. Number 7. Taboo Tuesday / Cyber Sunday. Taboo Tuesday, which later transformed into Cyber Sunday, was all about embracing technology and the power that we, the fans, had on this night. Everything from match stipulations to opponents, titles and attires were all voted upon by the fans. The set itself was a large, almost iMac looking computer screen with a giant keyboard as the entrance ramp. This would have slight variations as the event switched from Taboo Tuesday to Cyber Sunday, such as a giant mobile phone instead of a computer. The WWE were ahead of the time with this idea, and if it was done again today with the power of social media, who knows what we would see. The theme of technology was everywhere throughout the pay-per-view, and nowhere was more obvious than this awesome stage design. Number 6. Armageddon. The WWE's Armageddon set designs looked like wastelands that had been destroyed in the end of days. Heavy use of fire was often used throughout, as seen especially in the 2002 version when Triple H set fire to a barbed wire bat using the fire around the entrance set. However, most fans favoured the war-torn castle design, which debuted in 2006 and would evolve up until the final Armageddon pay-per-view in 2008. This set looked amazing. Who could ever forget the sight of Jeff Hardy finally winning his first WWE Championship in 2008 and standing up atop of the castle with the belt to celebrate. The set was one of the more impressive set design pieces for the time period, and dating even further back, Vince McMahon himself even took a bump off part of the scaffolding which made up part of the set for the 1999 stage in his match against Triple H. However, when the WWE turned PG, the Armageddon name was not deemed suitable, and sadly the pay-per-view hasn't been revived since. Number 5. Survivor Series. Often when fans think of the Survivor Series, they think of the infamous giant skull design that was used for the Deadly Games tournament at the 1998 event, which saw The Rock win his first ever WWE Championship. This set was a simplistic design, but still one of the most memorable. The skull complemented the event well, and looked awesome as an entranceway with the pyro and lighting effects. Other memorable stages from the Survivor Series also include the 2003 version, which featured the graveyard and ambulance around the stage for the Undertaker vs Vince McMahon and Kane vs Shane McMahon matches. Also, who could ever forget the iconic sight of the Undertaker returning at the 2005 Survivor Series to confront Randy Orton, bursting out of a burning coffin struck by lightning with the giant Survivor Series logo behind him. There are countless memorable moments throughout the Survivor Series, and although over the past decade most of the HD sets have all looked the same, the Survivor Series still has some of the most iconic set designs. Number 4. Backlash. This entrance set was so good that it was used not once, not twice, but 3 different times. Backlash 2000, 2001 and 2002 all featured the swinging hook design, such was the quality of it. These swinging sickles were the centerpiece of the set and was certainly a unique feature. At Backlash 2000, Matt Hardy climbed up one of the sickles during a hardcore title match where he would dive off it onto his opponents. Not to be outdone, Jeff Hardy even used one of the sickles to swing off and deliver a flying head scissors to Perry Saturn. Another memorable moment came at Backlash 2001 when Shane McMahon took a deadly dive off the top of the set onto the Big Show during their Last Man Standing match. It was cool to see that most of these entrance designs during this time period could be used as part of a match. These unique features would evolve over time and become more of a stationary piece of the set from 2003 onwards, but moving set pieces are always a neat little touch to any set, making the swinging hooks of Backlash one of the most effective stage designs ever. Number 3. King of the Ring. The King of the Ring has always been a fan favourite event, producing iconic moments in many wrestlers' careers. The earliest set designs mostly featured royal guards at the entrance with the throne and crown placed beside it. However, the sets from 2001 and 2002 were massive and awe-inspiring at first glance. A larger-than-life electric chair with the letters KOR on the back of it, a screen at the foot of the chair, as well as the 2 bigger screens at each armrest, and the iconic glass panels at each side of the bottom, meant that this was one of the most extravagant non-WrestleMania stages in WWE history. Who could ever forget Kurt Angle throwing Shane McMahon through the actual glass panels of the set, with blood flowing in one of the most memorable street fights ever? This was a really impressive looking set design that was appropriate for King of the Ring pay-per-view, which was known as WWE's 5th biggest pay-per-view before eventually being replaced by the Money in the Bank. Another memorable set piece featured a series of ladders stacked on top of each other at King of the Ring 1999, with Stone Cold taking on the McMahons in a handicap ladder match and utilising the stage by tearing it down. Any stage that doubles up as a weapon is always a win-win situation for wrestling fans, something that is sadly lacking from today's product. Number 2. Royal Rumble. Another fan favourite event is the Royal Rumble, one of the WWE's longest running pay-per-views. The event has seen some of the most iconic set designs over the years, including the 2006 version of a Roman Colosseum, which saw a special entrance ramp for John Cena, and even the Undertaker enter on a chariot. The 2000 version of the event saw WWE return to Madison Square Garden in New York City, featuring a New York taxi hanging above the entranceway, which was designed as the New York backstreet. This would even be used in the famous Triple H vs Cactus Jack street fight for the WWE title. This design is another all-time favourite amongst WWE fans, with the 2005 stage also featuring a street theme but based under a bridge. Even now, with the modern day HD sets, most things look the same. However, the WWE still pulls out some unique stage designs for the event, with the most modern versions being held in huge stadiums featuring low-level HD screens rather than a huge set design. Number 1. The SmackDown Fist. It's iconic, it's memorable, it's the stage that practically everyone wants to bring back. This stage was introduced after the retirement of the classic oval stage when Rhino gored Chris Jericho through the screen. The very next week, the set made its debut with the WWE logo at the top, with the legendary giant fist punching below it. The shards of glass set pieces are scattered throughout the side screens, giving it the hard-hitting feeling that you'd come to expect from the WWE during this era. The fist itself is still in the WWE warehouse and it's made up of 3 different pieces put together. The set was even featured in WWE games, especially in SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, where you could climb up to the top of the fist and dive off it onto your opponent. We even saw Randy Orton drive The Undertaker through the dome at the bottom of the set during their heated blood rivalry in 2005. In another bizarre moment, we saw Heidenreich read a poem stood atop of the fist itself during his conflicted personality storyline. Fans still wish for the return of this legendary stage. The closest fans got to this was in 2021 during a SmackDown throwback episode where the WWE used a CGI version of the fist to open the show. However, just looking at the set punching through the SmackDown logo during the intro meant you were in for some real exciting television.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more wrestling content.